In the style, we're going to use the idea of white sand, flat stones, shells, driftwood to give us that seaside feel. We want to avoid planting anything tall and growing near the top of the tree because we do want to block that sky view. Hello friends, welcome to our channel. If you are new here, then hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any future videos. Today I am going to show you how you can create an island or seaside scene for your bonsai. And I'll be demonstrating using this Chinese elm. This is a very popular style of bonsai. So let's get started. For this style, we're going to use the idea of white sand, flat stones, shells, driftwood to give us that seaside feel. We don't want to plant anything tall and growing near the top of the tree because we do want to block that nice open sky view. We want to keep it low and even in the canopy. The first thing we need to do is to prepare our tree. And we're going to start by cleaning off the roots. Take off any soil from the surface of the roots and try to remove any weeds or unwanted plants that may be growing in there. To make sure you have healthy roots, they should be a nice light brown color, maybe with some darker brown hues. You can trim off any dead or diseased roots while you're at it. And these will be the roots that you see at the top of your bonsai when you're redone. So take your time and make sure they look good. Next step is repotting your tree into a shallow container. And since our style is going to be seaside or island scene, we want to choose a pot that looks like that. Now our tree is ready. Let's move on to creating our landscape. For this style, we're going to use small river rocks. We're going to arrange them to look like waves crashing onto the shore. For larger trees, you can use bigger rocks. But for my small tree, I'm going to go with smaller ones. Using a small rake, I'm going to make sure that all the rocks fit nicely in my container. Once I've arranged them the way I want, I'm going to glue them in place. Just add a little bit of bonsai glue on top of each rock and press them down gently. Now let's cover the rocks with a layer of white sand. I'm going to use a sifter to make sure it's an even coating over the rocks. While the sand is still loose, I'm going to rake it to make the waves look more pronounced. Now we're almost done. All that's left is to add a few finishing touches to bring it all together. I'm going to sprinkle some small pebbles around the base of the tree to represent small stones that you would find on a beach or on an island. Next, I'm going to use a small paintbrush to sweep some fine sand up into the crevices of the rocks. This will help define the waves more clearly and give it a nice textured look. And finally, I'm going to add a few twigs or small branches around the tree to complete the look. This will give us that seaside feel, like the tree is growing near the ocean and being shaped by the waves. And here is our finished piece. This is a really fun style to do because it is so unique and different than other styles. The white sand, the flat stones, the driftwood all come together to create a peaceful island vibe. And the Chinese elm does a great job of complementing that style. The bark has a nice rough texture which contrasts well with the smooth rocks and the sand. The branches are delicate and graceful, which helps balance out the silkiness of the rocks. Overall, this is a beautiful piece that I think you will enjoy adding to your collection. If you enjoyed this video, please hit that like button. It lets us know that you appreciate the work we're redoing, and it encourages us to keep making more content for you. Also, if you have any questions about this video, please leave them in the comments below. We love getting to answer as many questions as possible, and we're always happy to help you out in any way we can. But now I am going to pass it on to one of our team members who is going to share some additional tips and techniques with you. They are also going to demonstrate how to make a seaside or island scene using a different type of bonsai. So make sure to stick around and check it out. Hi everyone, I'm here. And today I am going to be showing you another example of a seaside or island scene using a juniper bonsai. This is a great style that you can use with many different types of bonsai. So I hope this gives you some more ideas and inspiration. Like with the Chinese elm, the first step is to clean off the roots and remove any weeds or unwanted plants. If you notice, the roots on this juniper are thicker and stronger. That's just the nature of the juniper. So I am going to have to use pruners instead of just my hands to break off the dead and diseased roots. Next, I'm going to repot this juniper into a shallow container. And once again, I'm going to be using a small rake to arrange the river rocks. The cool thing about using river rocks is that they come in all different shapes, sizes, and colors. So you can really use your imagination and create something unique. After gluing the rocks in place, I am going to cover them with a layer of white sand and rake it to make the waves more pronounced. Juniper trees have a nice blue-green color to their foliage, which contrasts well with the white sand and the gray rocks. It gives it a nice calming effect. I'm going to sprinkle some small pebbles around the base of the tree and use a small paintbrush to sweep some fine sand up into the crevices of the rocks. Finally, I'm going to add a few twigs around the tree to finish it off. And here's our finished piece. This juniper really looks nice in this style. The white sand and flat stones give it a relaxing vibe, like it is growing on a small island or near the ocean. The juniper's natural shape complements the straight lines of the rocks, and the sand creates a nice contrast between the two. Thanks for watching, everyone. I hope you enjoyed this video and learned something new. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments below. And as always, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.